of course I've gone and seen this Love and Friendship like in several different cities and different countries, and like, oh my god, isn't that amazing? And I once went to see Underworld, I think 2, in Times Square under a hoodie, because sometimes it's quite nice to see it with an audience.
Wow, so you were actually in the theater, you just pulled the hoodie down.
Yes, I've done that a couple of times. It's quite nice to see what actual real people are making of the movie. But I'm sat in there in Times Square and there's a big guy next to me, and I'd like 3 or 4 guys there. And there was a scene where I was sort of getting into bed with Scott Speedman, and I suddenly heard the man next to me go, I'm going to see me some titties. I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing it again. He didn't anyway, because I didn't do that. I was just like, that was an awkward and uncomfortable moment for me. Shouldn't happen to a dog.
What's that like though, do you ever find yourself in a situation where, you know, you've made this movie, and then have you ever gone into it blind, like been at a premiere and not seen any advanced cuts of it?
No, I would never do that to myself. I wouldn't survive that. No. There are some movies that I've known are going to be absolutely dogs, and I've just never watched them.
Have you ever, like, you know, just, hey, come home, that's Netflix night, oh, there I am.
Yeah, I've got kind of a phobia of it. I don't know why, even if I've liked the movie, if you're scrolling through and see yourself, you get kind of a strange sense of shame, like someone's caught you on the loo or something. A weird feeling. Maybe it's just me. I'm finding out I'm far weirder than I thought I was just during this panel. Please ask Sigourney Weaver stuff like this.
Let's go over here.
Hi, Kate. If it's all right with you, I have 2 questions I'd like to ask.
Go on then.
My older brother is an actor in New York, and he wanted me to ask, what do you like to do in between roles? And also, I read your recent article where you talked about Michael Bay. I wanted to know, would you ever work with him again?
Okay, I'll ask for those in order. What do I do in between roles? You know, I mean, what regular people do. I mean, I try desperately to hang out with my daughter who, you know, is 17 and not the first thing on her list to be doing is hanging out with me. But I stalk her as much as I can. Sort of try and insert myself into any portion of her life that I'm allowed in. And I like to go back to England. My best and dearest friends are from grade school and like from when I was 5 and when I was 11. So I do like to kind of go home and do silly things with them. And then that whole thing was kind of a very weird thing because it's something that was sort of been out and around and talked about for a really long time, and all of a sudden everybody made a gigantic deal out of this thing that was kind of 15 years ago, which was quite shocking to me, and I'm sure to him. And so, I don't know, I wouldn't be, I mean, no, I can think of one director I would never ever work with again, but it's not him. Not telling.
Well, how about the positive? Who are some people that you'd like to work with?
Hold on, because I'm not finished.
I'm trying to save you here. I'm trying to save you.
Hold on. But what I will say about that is, I think there's something very positive about people being very supportive of being against people being kind of shamed for, you know, women being shamed for how they look or told anything really like that. But I also do think that we've reached a culture where there's a kind of witch hunty thing for anything, and I don't want that for him either. And I think that anytime you're kind of made the sum total of something you said 15 years ago, it's a real shame because everybody grows up and matures and, you know, whatever, and I don't have any kind of grudge at all with that. So, what were you saying? I've forgotten.
I was just trying to help. Now, is there anybody out there that you're like, oh, I would love to work with this person again? Whether it be an actor, director, producer?
Yeah, loads. I got really lucky. This movie, this Love and Friendship that I did, is a movie that he's a director that I worked with 18 years ago. I'm really old. And so I loved that movie. I loved working with him, and also Chloe Sevigny was in that movie. And so we all 3 got to. It's a very unusual thing, I think, to suddenly get to work with the other lead actress and the director again. So I'm sort of hoping I've hit some kind of thing in my horoscope that brings back all the people I'd really like working with. Because that's been lovely.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over here to the right.
Hello.